Hi, I'm Michael from Amazing Skills. I've got something so exciting to show you. Let me introduce you to my colleague, Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian.
Hey, great to be here.
Yeah. Now, I want to show you a program that Sebastian and I and about 4 other leaders run, and that is called Adventure Team. And what it is it's a way of getting your child to use interpersonal skills and teamwork skills and emotional regulation skills in a way that's actually really fun. Sebastian, do you want to share your screen and show us what does it look like when we're getting together with our little mini group of kids on Zoom and we're walking them through the teamwork skills and the social skills and the emotional regulation skills of Adventure Team?
Definitely. So how this works is actually super simple. So it's all about the kids talking with each other and talking about what I want to do and where I want to go. And it's just a beautiful 3D visualization of that for some kids who struggle a little more with their imagination. So
That
this
makes
way,
sense. Yep, that makes sense. Sorry, what were you going to say?
oh, good. So this means that you can say, like, here's the inside of the ship so that the kids can physically see that and see where they want to walk around so that they can get fully into that talking with each other and trying to problem solve and finding cool solutions to exciting problems.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me show parents what we see as leaders when we're working with your child. Okay, so the whole goal is that we are first teaching your child brand new social skills and then helping your child use those skills in a game, like an imaginary world. We're going to show you the game for, the Spaceship Cadets game. We've got an equivalent one for kids running their own little farm. It's a very gentle, calm game. And then we've got another one where we're pirates, except we're nice pirates. We're not toxic, evil pirates. Okay. So as a leader, what goes through my head in Adventure Team is that, right, I need to find a way for the kids that I'm working with to be contributing to team goals, to be learning to take turns, learning to take a back seat when someone else is really having a moment where they're shining. That's what's going through my head. I've got a plan at the start of each session of how we're gonna do this. And as well as that, I know my kids really, really well. I know what they have for breakfast. I know what sports they play. I know how to tweak the game so it's about what they love. But the bottom line is that your child's going to use their interpersonal skills while being a character in a game. So, Sebastian, what do you see as some of the benefits of this for kids with autism who, who are sick of doing OT, psych, and speech and just need something to be a little bit more fun before they go back for another round of OT?
Yeah, so some of the really powerful things that this has is the ability to truly empathize. So the ability to say, I know how you're feeling because I've practiced being someone else and I've practiced seeing what other people feel. It also gives kids a chance to try new things, which might seem scary without me doing the scary thing. So there's a difference between I'm talking in a big group compared to Captain John Smith, the epic adventurer, is talking in a big group. And John Smith isn't afraid, so I don't need to be afraid.
That's really good. And it's like, okay, so in our groups, you might have like 2 or 3 leaders, and we might have, say, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. It sort of depends how things go on the day. And as you're seeing here that Sebastian's showing us, is you've got the dice. Sebastian, do you want to show us how the dice work? There's lots of things that, we're going to try and open the door. We get to open it on a roll of a 1, 2, and a 3. Does it open for us?
Yes, we successfully opened the door and you get to see the brave new world.
Fantastic. And we need to work as a team. So, Sebastian, show me what it looks like when I give you my dice as well, because the 2 of us are going to try and open this door, this space door that's hard. Okay. Did we get
Ooh,
through or did we not?
ooh, very close. Maybe with
Oh,
a bit more teamwork, we can make it work.
all right. We're going to need to get one of the other players to come and join us and bring their dice and together. It's not about the dice. Those dice
Yeah,
represent our superhuman abilities, like we're spaceship captains.
yeah.
And did we win?
Hooray, it's a
Okay,
success.
okay, awesome. So we're going off to a new planet now because we found the door. Long story short, though, it's not about the game. The game is just the tool. Let me show you what this is about. Let's see that one. All right. So this here's the curriculum that we're going to be covering as part of what we're doing. Don't mind the fact I got a million tabs I should have killed. All right. So week 1, we're looking at, well, how do I participate in a team? Week 2, how do I make conversation happen with my team? Because it's one thing to say, go to speech therapy and learn conversational skills. We need that. It's important. But it's another thing to use those skills in when there's, say, more than one other person, or when that other person is not a speech pathologist specifically there to help us, you know? So how do we use these sort of conversational skills in the real world? Let's have a look. And then we also look at how do I negotiate? If we're going to be part of a team, not everyone wants to do what we want to do. I want to fly to this planet. This person wants to go to this other planet to sit at the beach. Well, how are we going to work a plan? Because we need to work together. And then, you know, how do I stay calm? You know, like that's one of the key things that we're wanting our kids to learn at psych or at occupational therapy. It's like, well, they can learn that there and they should learn that there. It's great. But imagine if they can practice those skills in a fun way, you know, while we're space captains. What else do you see here, Sebastian, that's particularly important to point out? Because we might change the order of how we deliver these skills for your child, give them a chance to practice. But the bottom line is these are really important social skills. What are you saying, Sebastian?
100%. Like for me, one of the biggest ones about this is the most challenging things to teach are those bully-proof skills and those challenging with like dealing with challenging friendships. Those things where you don't want to role play oh, I'm a friend, but I'm being mean to you. No one likes that. That's a really uncomfortable thing to deal with. So this gives us a way to have an external bad guy of there's an evil space captain or an evil pirate where it's a tangible bad thing, which is separate from the kids, so they can walk away later and still feel happy afterwards.
That's
and
right.
Get to like deal with these really challenging things and see how would I talk to someone if they're being mean, or how would I plan my day to avoid bullies?
That's really clever. And like you're saying, Sebastian, we're not going to role play being a bully. We're going to work together. There's like, say we've got a team of 4 people, including our leader or our leaders. And together we're going to such and such a planet. And when we get there, the evil space captain's being mean to us. What's our response going to be? And we can think it through and we can talk it through, and then we can work out a good response. And so the idea is that we want your kids to come away from each of these sessions feeling like, oh, I learned something today and it was fun. And my friends and I, we learn skills together. It's not about your child being an individual. It's about us being a group. The other thing is that before we even do each session, like we jump in the session just before we get buckled up into our spaceship, if we're doing the Space Cadets one, or our pirate ship, or our farm, whichever, you know, session your child's doing, whichever program they're doing. Before we even do that, we jump into our learning lab and we learn the skills that we'll need for this adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. So before we go to the say the bullying, the planet where there's bullying. Yeah. Before we do that, we sit down and we go, okay, so what do I do? How do I shut down a conversation and end it without looking weak? What situations would mean I would ask for help from authorities? What wouldn't I? It wouldn't make sense to ask for help from authorities if it's low level teasing. It would make sense if someone's actually getting hit. Okay. So we learn the skills, and then we go and apply them. I'm really excited about this, Sebastian. Sebastian, I know that a lot of members of our team worked very hard to put this together, and you're definitely one of them. What sort of kids do you think are going to get the most from this program, Adventure Team?
I think pretty much most kids can get something from this. It's specifically built for like ages 11 and up. And it is a powerful way for kids to be engaging with each other and to be able to get their imagination flowing and feeling like creative and powerful.
Yeah, that's right. And we're trying to avoid the whole clinical thing, right? The kids that we work with are so sick of sitting in a fluorescent room with an expert who's like staring at them. Okay, like
how does that make you feel?
That's right. It's like your child doesn't want to have that learning happen like that intense. We can have the same learning, but instead of how does it make you feel, it's like how does your character feel? He's just been told that he's a goose. How does he feel now? So we can use those skills without it being intense. And obviously, Sebastian and I, we are pro psych, pro OT, pro speech. But what we're saying is this is another way that can supplement that can just be so much more fun. The other thing to keep in mind is we've actually just completely redesigned the rules of how you play role player games. What's different with what we do with kids is that this is a happy, fun adventure. Okay. There is no evil witch trying to kill you. There is no killing 20 trolls and stealing their treasure. Okay. Don't kill trolls. The RSPCA will have something bad to say about it if you kill trolls. We're not wanting that environment for our kids. We're wanting, we're going into space, or we're building our animal farm, or we're going on like a pirate ship and having overseas adventures. We're wanting happy. So we roll dice not to see if we die or if the poison killed us or something silly like that. We roll dice to see, did the door open when we used our magic laser blaster? Or, you know, like we want the happy environment. We want all the positive things from role player games without the toxic, nasty stuff. Sebastian, is there anything on that you think I should cover, or do you think no, we get it?
Yeah, definitely. And like how we run it is in a super simplified form so that it's easy to run and it's very intuitive for like kids of all ages of how do I succeed? Because other role play games have so much complexity to them that it boggles the mind.
That's right. And we sat down as a team and we actually worked out, how can we simplify this? How can we brought it down to like a couple of dice, 2 dice, and then we tried to reduce it to 1. But anyway, we didn't quite succeed at that. It's like, what we want is something simple and fun, because it's not about the mechanics of a game. It's about, I'm there with my friends together. The topic is, I don't know, dealing with conflicts within friendships. And together we're going to go and we're going to go and use those skills. Okay. It's NDIS friendly because everything we're doing is completely built around social skills, interpersonal skills, and emotional regulation skills. So it's really easy for you guys to use your NDIS for. And we really hope we see you soon, because we can't wait to do our spaceship adventures one that's coming up a couple months later. We've got our farmers one where we're leaders on a farm, and then we've got our ocean voyages. We call it pirates, but you know, if there are pirates that are nice, we're looking forward to that. So if there's anything we can do to help, get in touch with us, amazingskills.com.au. We would love to see your child thrive.